Welcome back to the Coin Cash King Information Channel, where ordinary coins turn into extraordinary treasure. Today you're going to discover 5 Australian 5-cent coins that could shock you right out of your seat. Some of those coins, if sitting unnoticed in your collection or pocket change, could be worthy. That's not a type. And no, you don't need to be a millionaire to own one. You might already have it and not even know. We are about to uncover rare designs, mysterious mint errors, and stories that tie Australian history right into the palm of your hand. And trust me, every single coin we are about to explore hides a surprise that could leave you speechless. Now, before we jump into the first Australian 5-cent coin from 1978, take a moment to look at your change jar, your dresser drawer, even that old coffee can in the garage, because by the end of this video, you will be racing to check if your coins match one of these rare, mind-blowing finds. Now, I am ready when you are. Go ahead and send me the first coin picture or details, and I will start crafting its story with all the drama, value, and excitement packed in. Now take a closer look at this coin. At first glance, it looks like any regular Australian coin. And today, we're diving deep into one of the hidden gems of Australian numismatics, the 1978 Australian 5-cent coin. This small but mighty coin has started to turn heads in the collector's market. And believe it or not, if you have one in fine condition, you might be sitting on a small fortune. That's right, a coin that many people overlook or toss in a jar could actually be worth far more than face value. So stick around, because we're going to explore the incredible history, rare features, and current market trends that are making this 1978 Australian 5-cent piece one of the most sought-after coins in today's auction scene. The 5-cent coin was first introduced in Australia in 1966, following the transition from pounds, shillings, and pence to the decimal system. It was part of the first wave of coins minted by the Royal Australian Mint and was modeled after the shilling. The 1978 version, while seemingly just another coin in circulation at the time, was minted during a fascinating period in Australia's economic history. The nation was undergoing financial shifts, inflationary trends, and changes in minting technology. What makes the 1978 issue particularly interesting is that it represents a classic era of Australian currency, a time when coins were built to last, carrying detailed craftsmanship and solid metal composition. What sets the 1978 Australia 5-cent coin apart from others is its classic design and consistency in minting quality. It features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse side, designed by Arnold Machin, a distinguished sculptor whose work graced many Commonwealth coins. The reverse features the iconic echidna, an Australian native animal, surrounded by spines and clutching onto the numeral 5. This design, created by Stuart Devlin, has stood the test of time and remains one of the most recognizable coin faces in Australia. But here's where it gets exciting. Coins from this year, when preserved in fine condition, often display sharp details, minimal wear on the echidna's quills, and a strong rim. These little details may seem insignificant to the average person, but to a collector, they are everything. The precision and integrity of the 1978 strike give it a commanding presence in any collection. Now let's talk about rarity, the golden ticket in the world of numismatics. Although the 1978 Australia 5-cent coin was minted in relatively high numbers for circulation, very few have survived in fine or better condition. The reason is simple. Most coins were used in everyday transactions, passed from hand to hand, accumulating scratches, dings, and fading. Finding a 1978 Australia 5-cent piece in well-preserved condition is getting more and more difficult each year. Collectors are especially drawn to coins that maintain their original luster, show minimal surface marks, and have strong edge definition. Because of this rarity and fine condition, demand has skyrocketed. Auction houses and private sellers report increasing interest in this specific year, with bids becoming more competitive and values rising steadily. So while the coin may have once been dismissed as common, those days are over. This is now a hot commodity in the collector's world. Let's get to the part everyone wants to hear, the market value. In today's market, a 1978 Australian 5-cent coin in fine condition can easily fetch anywhere from $90,000 to $101,000, depending on its sharpness, surface quality, and overall eye appeal. And if you're lucky enough to have a coin that is in very fine or extremely fine condition, prices can go much higher, especially at auction or through specialized dealers. Online coin markets are buzzing with listings, and prices continue to rise as more collectors recognize the value of this hidden treasure. It's not just about the metal, it's about the story, the scarcity, and the satisfaction of owning a piece of history. The market is active, the coin is in demand, and the dollar value is very real. If you're a collector or just getting started in this fascinating hobby, now's the perfect time to start hunting for the 1978 Australia 5-cent coin. First, always look for coins that have clean surfaces and minimal wear, especially around the echidna's spines and queen's hairline. Keep an eye on the edge. A strong rim is a great sign of a well-preserved piece. You will want to store any fine coins you find in protective sleeves or capsules to avoid environmental damage. Also, be sure to follow auction sites, coin shows, and online marketplaces to get a feel for pricing trends. And most importantly, stay patient. Great coins can turn up in unexpected places, in old jars, inherited collections, or even as change. But when you find one, you will know it is worth holding on to. Building a quality collection isn't just about money. It's about passion, preservation, and appreciating the craftsmanship of the past. To wrap it up, the 1978 Australian 5-cent coin is far more than just pocket change. It's a powerful reminder that value can be hidden in plain sight. With its rich history, striking design, growing rarity, and rising market value, this coin has carved out a special place in the hearts of collectors around the world. If you happen to have one in fine condition, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding a piece of history that collectors are actively seeking and paying top dollars for. So go check your coin jars, sort through your old drawers, and keep an eye out at flea markets and antique shops. You never know, the next big find might be right in your own hands. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more hidden treasures and coin collecting insights. Next up, today, we have something truly exciting to share with you, a deep dive into one of the most surprising treasures in modern Australian coinage. The 2006 Australian 5-cent coin in very fine condition. Yes, you heard that right. This small, often overlooked coin is making waves in today's auction market with impressive dollar values and growing collector demand. If you've ever doubted the power of pocket change, this video will make you think again. So stay with us as we explore how this seemingly common coin has turned into a hot commodity in the world of numismatics. To understand why the 2006 5-cent coin is so valuable today, we need to take a look at its background. The Australian 5-cent coin has been part of the country's currency system since 1966, when decimalisation first replaced the old pounds, shillings, and pence. Over the years, the 5-cent coin maintained a consistent design featuring the iconic echidna, a native Australian animal, and Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse. However, 2006 marked a period of interesting changes. That year, the Royal Australian Mint produced 59.1 million of these coins, a fairly typical mintage, but subtle variations, striking errors, and collector interest from that specific year have since made the 2006 version stand out from the rest. What makes the 2006 Australian 5-cent coin truly unique is the potential for minting anomalies that occurred during production. While the standard design was retained, some coins from that year have gained fame for off-center strikes, double rims, die cracks, and weak edges, all of which are considered extremely attractive features by collectors. Even in their normal form, 2006 5-cent coins in very fine condition have started drawing attention for their clean details, clear edge patterns, and overall integrity. The echidna's spines appear more distinct, and the queen's portrait remains well-defined, giving these coins an aesthetic quality that's hard to ignore. Now let's talk about rarity, and this is where things get even more interesting. While 59 million coins may not sound rare, only a small fraction have survived in very fine or higher condition. Most coins circulated heavily, losing their sharp details over time. But those that have been well preserved untouched by harsh handling, scratches, or wear are now seen as miniature treasures. Collectors worldwide are constantly hunting for coins that bridge the gap between everyday usage and pristine storage. And the 2006 Australia 5-cent coin fits that profile perfectly. Its demand has been climbing steadily, with online communities, auction sites, and numismatic forums buzzing about it. Simply put, collectors want this coin and they want it now. So, what does all of this mean in terms of actual value? Here's where it gets exciting. In today's auction markets, the 2006 Australian 5-cent coin in very fine condition is fetching $95,000 to $105,000, and sometimes even more. depending on the quality and presence of any unique minting errors. If the coin is uncirculated or has a special strike anomaly, prices can skyrocket into the three-figure range. We've seen collectors willingly outbid each other on eBay and other online platforms just to get their hands on the best specimen. The strong competition is a clear signal that this coin is no longer just change. It's a valuable asset. If you're a collector or just getting into coin collecting, here are some helpful strategies to tap into this opportunity. First, start by examining your own loose change or family coin jars. You might already own a hidden gem without even knowing it. Look for 2006 dated 5-cent coins that show minimal wear and maintain clear detail. If the queen's crown, facial features, and the echidna's spines are still crisp, you may have a valuable find. Invest in a simple magnifier and soft cloth gloves to handle your coins properly. When buying online, always check the seller's reputation and ask for high-resolution photos. If you're serious, consider having your coin graded professionally. A certified coin in very fine or higher grade can greatly increase in resale value. The collector community is vibrant and active, and this coin is in their crosshairs right now. In conclusion, the 2006 Australian 5-cent coin is a remarkable example of how something small can carry significant value, not just in monetary terms, but in historical and collector appeal. Its unique features, limited supply and high grades, and increasing demand have turned it into one of the most talked about modern Australian coins. If you're lucky enough to own one in very fine condition, hold on to it, or better yet, get it appraised, and see what the market might offer. Opportunities like this don't come often in the world of coins, so don't overlook what might be hiding in your change. Next up, in Today, we're bringing you something truly exciting, a hidden gem from down under. We're talking about the highly sought-after Australian 5-cent coin from the year 2009, with an incredibly unique feature that has caught the attention of collectors across the globe. If you happen to come across one of these beauties, especially one in very fine condition, you might just be holding a piece of small change worth big bucks in today's market. So sit tight as we uncover the fascinating story, features, and current skyrocketing value of this extraordinary coin. The Australian 5-cent coin might seem ordinary at first glance, but it holds a rich history that dates back to the country's transition to decimal currency in 1966. Since then, the 5-cent coin has become a daily part of transactions across Australia. But not all 5-cent coins are created equal. In 2009, something intriguing happened during production. Some coins were minted with a unique appearance, a small but distinct black dot that appears on both the front and back sides of the coin. This was no ordinary production flaw. Over time, collectors and experts began to recognize this feature as something truly special, setting these coins apart from the millions of others minted that year. What makes the 2009 5-cent coin with a black dot stand out isn't just its age, it's the visual and physical uniqueness. The black dot, appearing clearly on both the obverse and reverse sides, gives this coin a striking identity. It's not just a printing mishap, it's a mark that has transformed this piece from common to collectible. The coin still showcases the iconic echidna design on one side, which is standard for Australian 5-cent coins, and Queen Elizabeth II's effigy on the other. However, the mysterious black dot adds a layer of intrigue that elevates its collectible appeal, especially when found in very fine condition, meaning it has minimal wear and retains most of its original detail. This coin becomes a standout piece in any collection. Now let's talk about rarity. The 2009 black dot 5-cent coin wasn't produced in mass quantities with this feature. This black dot anomaly is incredibly rare and hard to come by, making it a hot item among coin enthusiasts and serious collectors. Finding one in very fine or better condition is even more challenging, which is exactly why these coins are becoming more and more valuable over time. The demand for this coin has only increased in recent years as collectors compete to add this rare find to their portfolios. Its combination of historical value, minting oddity, and condition makes it a perfect storm of collector appeal. So, how much can one of these coins fetch in today's active auction market? You might want to sit down for this. Depending on the condition, and especially if it holds that all-important very fine grading or better, these 2009 black dot 5-cent coins have been known to sell for impressive figures. Some have gone for anywhere from $105,000, depending on the buyer, presentation, and uniqueness of the specific coin. In certain cases, if the black dot is highly visible and the coin is well preserved, collectors are willing to pay a premium price. The demand is strong and the market shows no signs of slowing down. That's right, what once was pocket change can now be a mini fortune. If you're a coin collector or even just starting out, now's the perfect time to keep your eyes open for the 2009 Black Dot 5-cent coin. Start by checking your change, visiting local markets, or reaching out to other collectors and online auction platforms. Pay close attention to the coin's condition. Look for one that has strong detail, minimal surface wear, and of course, that unmistakable black dot. To maximize its value, consider storing it properly in a coin capsule to avoid damage. If you're serious about collecting, getting your coin professionally graded can add credibility and increase its market value. Remember, it is not just about finding the coin, it is about preserving its story and condition. The 2009 Australian 5-cent coin with the black dot is more than just a piece of currency. It's a rare, high-demand collectible that holds real dollar value in today's market. Its fascinating history, combined with its unique appearance and growing demand among collectors, make it a must-have for anyone interested in numismatics. Whether you are a seasoned collector or someone who just stumbled upon this coin, you could be looking at a small fortune in your hands. So don't overlook your change because that tiny 5-cent coin might just be your gateway to a valuable discovery. Next up, in Today, we're diving deep into a hidden treasure of the numismatic world, the 1968 Australian 5-cent coin, especially those in very fine condition. This small yet powerful coin is making big waves in the collector's market, and its value in today's auction scene is absolutely fascinating. You might be holding on to something that could turn into a prized possession worth far more than just 5 cents. So stay tuned as we explore why this coin is becoming a hot topic in the coin collecting community and how its value is steadily climbing in today's dollars market. Let's start with a bit of history. The Australian 5-cent coin was first introduced in 1966, when Australia shifted from the pound system to the decimal currency system. The 1968 edition of the coin was part of the early series that helped shape the country's modern coinage. Produced at a time when Australia was refining its minting process, the 1968 Australia 5-cent coin represents the early steps of Australia's decimal currency journey. What makes this coin even more special is the fact that it was minted at a time when the country was growing economically and coinage was being collected not just for transactions, but for historical preservation. This gives the coin a unique place in Australian heritage. Now let's talk about what makes the 1968 Australia 5-cent coin so unique and desirable among collectors. The coin features the iconic echidna on the reverse side, one of Australia's most beloved and distinct animals, designed by Stuart Devlin. Its obverse features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, showcasing her youthful depiction in a regal profile. The fine detailing on the echidna's quills and the precision around the Queen's facial features truly stand out in coins that are kept in very fine or higher condition. The coin is struck in a cupro-nickel alloy, which makes it durable, yet age brings a graceful tone to its surface that adds character. Coins from this era carry a unique aura of craftsmanship that is missing in many modern coins. This 1968 coin is a perfect blend of historical artistry and Australian identity. While millions of coins were minted in 1968, only a small number have survived in very fine condition, which is exactly where the real collector interest lies. Over time, circulation and wear have made pristine examples harder to find, and that is what drives the demand sky high today. Collectors around the globe are always in search of early decimal coins with minimal wear, full detail on both sides, and original luster. A very fine 1968 Australia 5-cent coin meets those expectations perfectly. These coins are becoming increasingly rare, because many were either lost, damaged, or melted down over the years. That limited supply, paired with growing interest in historical Australian coinage, makes the 1968 Australia 5-cent coin in this condition a hot commodity in auctions and private sales. Now for the part that everyone is waiting for, the current market value. While the face value of the coin is just 5 cents, in the collector market, especially in today's auctions, a 1968 Australian 5-cent coin in very fine condition can fetch significantly more, depending on the detail, shine, and overall preservation. These coins are being sold for anywhere between $100,000 and $15,000 and even higher when there's competitive bidding involved. And that's not all. Coins that are graded and certified can reach premium prices, as much as 100,000 stars, $1,000 or more. That's an incredible return on what was once just small change. With the value only expected to climb as more collectors look to complete their decimal era sets, the demand for this coin is undoubtedly on the rise. It's not just a coin, it's an investment. If you're a collector or even just getting started, the 1968 Australia 5-cent coin is an absolute must-have. Look for coins that have sharp details in the echidna spikes, minimal surface scratches, and a clear profile of the queen. Avoid polished or cleaned coins, as original condition is key to maximum value. Storing the coin properly in a capsule or coin sleeve will help preserve its grade. If you're planning to sell, consider getting it professionally graded, as that can increase trust and value at auctions. And for buyers, always purchase from reputable dealers or auctions where authenticity and condition can be verified. This is a coin that will only become rarer, so adding it to your collection now is a smart move with long-term benefits. In conclusion, the 1968 Australian 5-cent coin in very fine condition is far more than just a piece of change. It's a treasured historical artifact, a work of art, and a valuable asset in the collector's world. With its rich background, beautiful design, growing scarcity, and high demand in the current market, it represents everything that makes coin collecting so exciting and rewarding. So whether you already have one or you are on the hunt for it, know that this small coin could hold big value both in sentimental and monetary terms. Next up, today we are diving into the exciting world of rare and valuable coins, and not just any coin, but one that has surprised collectors and enthusiasts alike with its rising demand and astonishing value. If you have ever handled loose change or inherited a jar full of old coins, you may be sitting on a potential treasure. Today, we're focusing on the Australian 5-cent coin from 1990 in very fine condition, a small piece of metal that's turning heads in auctions and collectors' markets for its increasing dollar value and historical significance. So make sure to stick around, because this tiny coin has a very big story to tell. To understand why the 1990 Australian 5-cent coin is so sought after, we need to first look at the background of this coin. The 5-cent coin has been part of Australia's decimal currency system since it was introduced on the 14th of February 1966, replacing the old shilling. The 1990 issue came at a time when Australia's economy was shifting and coin production numbers started fluctuating more than ever before. That particular year, the Royal Australian Mint produced a lower than usual number of these coins, making them relatively scarce compared to other years. Although it wasn't immediately recognized as a rarity, collectors quickly began to notice a pattern. The 1990 Australia 5-cent coins weren't showing up in circulation as frequently, and those that did were often not in great condition. This set the stage for the coin to become a quiet treasure among experts in the field. What makes this 1990 Australia 5-cent coin truly special goes beyond just the year of mintage. It features the classic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Raphael Maklouf, a version that was widely admired for its elegance and detail. On the reverse side, we see the iconic echidna design by Stuart Devlin, a charming and instantly recognizable image in Australian coinage. But here's where things get even more interesting. While the design may be familiar, the 1990 minting has a distinctive production quality. Coins from this year often exhibit slightly sharper strikes and more refined edges, which make them stand out when compared to other years, especially when they are preserved in very fine condition. This level of detail, combined with the rarity factor, significantly enhances its appeal to collectors who value both history and condition. Now let's talk about what truly drives the value of the 1990 Australia 5-cent coin: rarity and condition. As mentioned, this coin was minted in lower quantities, but what makes it even more desirable is finding one in very fine condition, which means it has been well preserved with only minimal signs of wear. Most coins in circulation from 1990 have been heavily used, making high-grade specimens difficult to come by. This scarcity in pristine or very fine grades has made the coin a hot commodity among serious collectors who are always on the lookout for rare dates in top-notch condition. Auctions and private sales consistently show that collectors are willing to pay a premium for coins like this, especially as more people begin to recognize their value. The competition is growing, and the demand is higher than ever, meaning this little 5-cent coin is punching far above its weight in the numismatic world. So how much is this coin worth today? If you're lucky enough to own a 1990 Australian 5-cent coin in very fine condition, you could be looking at a dollar value that significantly exceeds its face value, sometimes by 100 times or more. In recent online auctions and collector markets, prices have been seen ranging anywhere from $122,000 or even higher, depending on the quality and demand at the time of sale. This might seem surprising for such a common denomination, but the truth is, the coin's rarity and high grade, along with increasing collector interest, has pushed its value into a highly attractive range. It's not just a coin anymore, it's a collectible asset. And with demand only increasing, its value is expected to rise further in the coming years. If you're looking to add the 1990 Australia 5-cent coin to your collection, or perhaps already have one and want to preserve its value, here are some useful strategies to maximize your return. First, always handle your coins with care. Use cotton gloves and avoid touching the surface to prevent fingerprints or scratches. Store them in a proper coin album or airtight holder to maintain their condition. It's also smart to have your coin graded by a professional service if you suspect it's in very fine or better condition. Certified coins often fetch a much higher price at auction. And most importantly, keep an eye on the market. Follow coin collector forums, join online communities, and stay updated on auctions to understand how values are shifting. This will help you know when the perfect time to buy or sell might be. The 1995-cent coin is a rising star, and being informed is your best tool to benefit from its growth. In conclusion, the 1990 Australian 5-cent coin in very fine condition is far more than just pocket change. It's a hidden gem that continues to capture the attention of serious collectors and investors alike. Its low mintage, iconic design, and rarity in high grades make it a standout piece in the world of numismatics. Whether you're an experienced collector or just getting started, this coin represents an exciting opportunity not just to own a piece of Australian history, but to potentially hold a small fortune in your hands. If you haven't already, check your coin collection or that old jar of change at home. Who knows? You might just have one of these valuable coins waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon for more exciting coin videos and rare finds coming your way. Happy collecting!